eh, eh, eh. A who, a who, a who, a who. Eh, eh, eh. Hey guys, and welcome back to some more Disco Elysium. My name is AJ Styles 157, and last time, look at that face, dog.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid,
Damn.
then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
That's fucked up, but you kind of right.
That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
I feel like we were just in Britain.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty Kuno.
What'd you call me? Yeah, so pretty much last time we were trying to get the hang of just trying to play the game. I feel like I kind of took too long in general, but they just kept on spitting out lore with the encyclopedia and shit like that. But now we're back and trying to figure out who was murdered, who am I, how not to beat up a fucking child because they're annoying as hell, all that good stuff. So yeah, let's continue. All right, so what do I want to do? There are bottles inside. You could pick them up if you had a bag. Okay. Who are you? Are you a child?
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
I am the law. Hello.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
Stops your feet to keep warm. What kind of store is this?
It's a bookstore, sir.
Yeah.
We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Cool.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is a book? What's a postcard? What's a board game? Don't worry, I know all these
You're
things.
fooling nobody.
Don't sass me.
Sir, are you okay? You've been standing here silently for a while now.
If I have
Okay, sir.
some
I'll
questions.
try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What is this crime business? What is romance? Who are these famous people?
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists
God
and
damn it,
writers,
Evan.
or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
Reading those doesn't make the reader more famous, does it? Alright, I had a different question, man. What is your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the
Plaisance.
store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock.
Okay, so there's a window, then suddenly jolt, her eyes wide as if recalling something.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
You're standing out here in the cold because...
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
It's a good trooper you are. Already learning the value of hard work. I don't want to really touch her, but... Mentally the free.
Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store.
Smiles and stands up right like a little soldier. Shouldn't you be at school or something?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Isn't going to school more important than this? School is stupid. What is school?
School? Well, mine is a big yellow building on Boogie Street, and the people there run it. They say it's a charity.
Charity? Isn't going to school more important than this?
Mum says it's necessary to do both, because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
How's the business
Mum
going?
says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Cursed in what way? Good to hear that it's going well.
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Ass up.
I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so.
I think curses are real. Sounds rather serious. I should probably look into this.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
You don't do that.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
What do you know about the other failed businesses? How does this curse manifest itself? Stroke your chin. Enough about the curse for now. What do you know about the other failed
Nothing really,
businesses?
sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. Don't really know what's there.
How does the curse manifest itself?
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were asking about famous people.
But Kim, the plasmic manifestations.
No such thing.
You're mean.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
Enough about
Maybe
the
I
curse.
can tell you about some of our books instead.
What is this crime
Crime
business?
fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
I get it. Crime murder gets the people going.
And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is or how the good guys are going to catch him.
I'm a policeman myself, by the way.
You don't look much like a policeman.
Yeah. Oh, well, does a cop look? Okay, then maybe I'm not a policeman. Or should I stop being one? What is this supposed
Didn't
to
mean
look
to
like?
offend, sir.
What's supposed
Sorry,
to...
sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
Who? I used to be exactly like that Mullen guy, then I decided to live a little. You know, nobody actually looks like the guy in the picture. That's just a stupid fantasy of a man. It's not your body that's important in police work anyway. It's your point to your head. Wow, look at the guy. I'll never be as good as him. Actually, I had other. Yeah, no.
Head? Yes.
Yeah.
Not head, child. Heads.
Flexibility. There are millions of different people out there, and you have to get into their heads. Sometimes you gotta be in the killer's head.
Isn't that very dangerous?
Sometimes you gotta be the killer to catch the killer. Policemen live and breathe danger, little girl. Mullen obviously lacks the skill.
Unlike you, sir. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for you.
Oh, hell yeah!
Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to deduce something. No, oh, Jesus. Okay, sure.
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is that?
Hey, why do you keep your hands folded?
What do you mean, sir?
You don't need to be worried. I'm here to help. You can show them to me. Actually, I'd rather not deduce anything. I might deduce people. You don't need to be worried. I'm here to help.
She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. She doesn't want to show them. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest.
It's okay.
She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
Damn, she's nervous.
And you
About
mean
your
this
nails?
from me keeping my hands folded?
There were often other hints. Simple for. There were a few other hints.
Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
Her eyes flash with defiance. She's not impressed. One more. Bet I can figure out why you bite your nails. I got a few reasons in mind. I'll finally do better. Yeah.
She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
You're uptight because your mother and the pressure she's putting on you. Rats have been nibbling on your fingers. Child labor and dismal working conditions. Chewed on nails means you're recycling your body. It's an intense dedication to the way of business. There are no riches without personal sacrifice. Yeah.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't.
Either way, another ace deduction, but I hope this entertained you.
It was okay, sir.
Yeah, okay.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
You think so? That was a masterclass move, whatever, kid. Oh, yeah, what are you...
You're
what are
quite
you...
sober.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort.
Yeah, he's like, are you fucking kidding me? Wait, how do you know? I'm usually not. And I'm having a grand time. I'm also sad and my head hurts.
I'm sorry, sir. I hope things get better soon.
She looks at you in the eye, a gleam in sympathy in her.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation suddenly feels familiar, somehow.
Familiar.
There's something you're missing.
What are you missing here? What does this... what is romance?
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man.
What a romance.
Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
About when both of the men are bad. What about when everyone is poor? What about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all?
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
Yeah, you think she has one about a painful paper? Yeah, maybe I will.
I'm sure she can help out.
What about everyone who's poor?
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
Yeah, sometimes you have to write about real things.
Not in romance books, sir.
What?
These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end.
What about if they're both bad, huh?
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
What if it's written well?
Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
What about poor man getting a rich lady?
It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something.
I see. No chance for me then.
Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end.
Interesting. All right.
Maybe some about other books.
No. I'm gonna leave you be. Let's check out these books, Kim. Let's go to the bookstore. Someone was hiking down there. I'll check them out later. Short on money, equip a plastic bag, collect bottles, and what? Okay. Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
No thanks. And leaves. So you're the owner.
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
What if I want to buy a book? The girl outside mentioned that this place is cursed. Your daughter is the one standing outside the door, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
No, she was definitely sacking off. Doesn't matter. Now tell me. Yeah, of course.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
I'm not going to grade a human being. I don't do that.
Come now, it's not personal. It's about proper sales practices and market research. I expect an answer.
Fine. 10. She's certainly very polite and helpful.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
Who says that to a person? Man, if you ever have kids, I hope they're as good as my child. Like, jeez. The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong. Annette is quite the trooper. She's a great value add? I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor. I get she's a trooper, alright. She looks like she can take it, but it's actually wearing her down. You know she's been biting her nails.
God. I've told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit. She'll get over it. Anxiety is a part of life.
I don't think she could do anything about it.
She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks.
I'm not happy.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
Thank you, Kim. What you're doing is wrong. Even I know that, and I usually don't know anything. That is true, and obviously the will of the market, but maybe make an exception for your daughter. Yeah, actually, it's super alright for the kid to chew on their nose. Forget I said. Yeah.
She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change.
Uh-oh.
She's looking for one, but there simply aren't any good arguments for being an asshole.
Asshole? I love it.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there. There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress.
Is this husband Annette's father? Is she an only child? She told me she doesn't go to school anymore. Is this Annette's
Yes.
Okay.
My husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne.
Grand Couronne? What's that?
It's a proper place to live. One of the most peaceful neighbourhoods east of Jamrock. You may know it for its massive housing projects.
I don't.
Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of the crowds. Better times ahead for sure.
And your husband's also involved with the bookstore?
He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner.
Okay.
Super silent. Almost inaudibly so.
Is Annette an only child?
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy.
Tell me about it.
A glimmer of sadness blinks through the well-crafted exterior.
Oh, I don't want to. This is something. I mean, of course, yes. This economy.
Exactly.
Yeah. I won't say more about that. She told me she doesn't go to school
She's
anymore.
been too busy helping me here. So she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off.
And hell freezes over? Never mind. It's not a good topic to get into. The woman looks aloof. Her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
What if I want to buy a book?
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? See those shelves there? Go. Be drawn.
So what type of books do you have?
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
Jesus, I hate you keep
She
saying that.
smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
All right. Yeah, what do you think of the
Yes.
bookstore? No, nothing. Thanks. Hey, Annette. How you doing? Can I talk to you? Oh.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk right now. I'm very busy with my homework. I have so much homework now.
You just can't win. Out of the rain and into the gutter.
No. Helped her. What are you missing here? Why does this feel? I mean, I'm gonna wait. What are you doing?
Math. It's
Math.
really difficult.
Wrong?
Like, really. They say you need it to get rich. Better than standing outside in the cold, I guess.
You're welcome.
Oh, I found something while you were away.
Hmm.
I thought
What
this
is
would
it?
fit you. Like, thanks for helping out. Not me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does.
Hmm. Oh, she gave me a Dick Mullins hat. Oh, wait. Where did you get it?
Just what Dick Mullen would ask. I got it from behind the curtains. I'm not really supposed to go there.
Hmm. Okay, I get it. I can look just like Dick Mullen, except I'm an actual detective hat.
Yes, just like the one Dick Mullen wears all the time. You'll look way more serious with that.
Hmm.
Right, I have to get back to my homework now, before Mum notices. Man, this is hard.
I know. I'll wear the hat. Yeah, baby. True detective hat. What do I get? Bookmarks. Yeah, hell yeah. Thanks, kid. Alright. Is there any books? Can you buy actually any books? Book collects the national receipts of Arda. They are all about lake trout. Wait, what's this?
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Yeah, so I keep any of
would
note.
say, the greatest innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
What? Great, I don't need to know anymore. What
A
was that?
very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education.
On that?
The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things.
I need to find a way to get that fucking shit off. Evan, you're killing me with that. I thought it was about which of these innocents is the coolest and greatest. So you recommend it?
Certainly. It's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
Ah.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside.
I don't have money. Look through the display.
Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism.
Great.
Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz.
It says Irv.
By one Cecilia Averbrook.
It says Irv, but it has a W.
High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover.
I know Kim is probably just, what the fuck is he doing?
Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs.
What?
And cocaine into the other.
Jesus Christ.
Next to that, Rivasholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
Cool.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse, though, but not too long. I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
I don't have money, so I can't. So, not right now. What is that?
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinaise.
Let me look at the map.
The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction.
Jesus Christ.
To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Rivachol East.
I love, like, if I'm playing this by myself, I wouldn't mind all the reading. I mean, like, I still don't, but I'm like, my God, this is gonna be a long Let's Play. West of the river?
It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst.
And Martinez?
It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock. The strip of coast next to the Greater Rivachol Industrial Harbor. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
Can I buy these
Sorry,
maps?
officer. The map of Martinaise is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them.
No, what are
They're
you saying,
quite
boy?
valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinaise is 90 cents, though.
Why is that one cheap?
That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
What happened then?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
Steal it? I can't steal it. Alright, let's go to this back room. Everyone knows the most interesting thing about fascists was their real magic. What is this?
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
What's with all this fiction, crime?
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're
What?
fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out.
Good old Dick Mullen.
You're a police officer, apparently.
Apparently,
You should buy all of these.
No.
They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Look into the
Crime
display.
fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers.
Alright.
These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends.
Yeah, I feel like with books and like movies, they always speed it up. So
What's
it'd
more, they
be damn near
completely
impossible.
ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives.
Yeah, mid.
Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Sure.
You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen.
Jesus.
Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the Murder House. The Final Case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the Clock Tower. The Ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's Funeral Pyre. The Murder of Dick Mullen.
Dick Mullen dies? Or a killing is declared. As crazy.
Oh no. Turns out he faked it to solve a case.
Oh, okay. Are there more?
Yes. There's also
Oh my
the
god.
dame who did it. Farewell, my Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death.
Oh my god,
And,
dude.
of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
Let's try. It's 50-50.
Your
Please.
quick eye
you.
notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. The title reads, Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity.
What do we have here? Mistaken identity?
A worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic hard-boiled phase. The premise seems to be that Dick Mullen is framed for the murder of his best friend and has just a few days to prove his innocence.
Why does this speak to me?
Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals?
It's probably right. I'm a complicated guy full of contradictions. There's got to be something else.
Perhaps you're drawn to the dark and noirish atmosphere.
Pretty intense. Oh, not that either.
Is it because the smoking dame in the slinky red dress on the cover is giving you a hard-on?
But no, that's not what's happening.
Yes, it is. The bulge in your pants is embarrassingly obvious.
What the fuck?
Relax. It's not that bad. Also, this means your blood flow is returning to normal. Good news, really.
Something the matter, detective?
No, yeah,
The
everything's good.
lieutenant nods. You think you detect the faintest trace of a grin on his face, but you can't say for certain.
$7.99? Jesus Christ, I need to make money. Alright. That's like 30 minutes of fucking talking. Jesus. Let's see what's back here.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
What's behind this curtains?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you.
Yeah, that's
urging you to buy more.
that's what it really sounds like.
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Scrooge, like, yeah,
You
examine.
see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you.
Oh, great.
This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges.
And who is Samini?
Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south.
Huh.
Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
No, the curtains. I've already seen what I need to say. So let's ask her what's up, and then try to go back to the
Hello again,
curtains.
esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of...
Yeah, farewell. I don't have enough money to buy anything, unfortunately, but when I do, you'll be the first one to know. Alright. Let's go interview the lady. Oh, the man. I'll talk to you. Ma'am. Or sir.
The RCM in
Ma'am.
Martinez. What can I help you with?
You sound
I
surprised.
don't see a lot of police around here. That's all.
Well, I mean, everyone hates them here, so makes sense.
Of course. What can I help you with?
Tell me, what exactly have you been doing in your greenhouse in March? What is this? Police
Excuse
business.
me?
She does a... The street sign says, fuck the police.
Oh,
Straight from the
well,
underground.
I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
How about the other sign? Pigs go home. Or who are who are these pigs? I didn't mean to start with you.
Okay.
Tell me, what exactly have you been doing? Oh, actually, no. We need directions.
Since the street sign's messed up? Okay. What do you need?
Where am I?
What do you mean?
I'm a bit disoriented. This is Revachol, right?
Yes, sir. District of Martinez.
French. All right.
This intersection is
remember.
called Roundabout North.
Okay.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
What the level of disorient? Sure. He knows where these are. Okay.
There's
No.
the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really.
The east.
The harbor gate.
Jesus.
Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics.
The harbor.
A fleet store, too.
Okay. South.
Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably.
What is on the other side of the canal?
Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago.
What is in the west?
It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach.
That's all for now.
No problem.
Now tell me what exactly you've been doing in the greenhouse in March.
Well, this might be the last snow we get. At least I hope so. Snow has nutrients in it. Helps everything green up in the spring. At least that's what my grandma always told me.
Yes, think about the cute grandma, not the weird snow.
Yeah, grandma is a bit too much. What nutrients? Disingenuous grandma. Squint your eyes and look at her intently. Let's try.
Stop looking at her. Look around. What do you see?
The entrance to the yard.
That's right. And the canal, the bookstore, the harbor gates. This is a great vantage point for keeping an eye on you.
Any by chance keeping an eye on us?
No, of course not. I don't understand what this is about. The kid did this, right? The red-haired rat? Can't say a sentence without or kipped. He's always giving me trouble.
I was talking to him, yes.
Maybe you shouldn't be. I mean, you do your job, but that kid is beyond help. And he certainly won't help you.
You've been resting here for quite a while, haven't you?
Yes, I'm tired.
I understand. The RCM isn't welcome here, and the locals want to keep an eye on us.
There's silence, the smallest of smiles.
That's okay, miss. Do what you have to do. I think we're done here. Let's go.
Alright. Thanks, Cam.
Of course. I won't hold you back.
She wipes her brow with the canary yellow glove. Alright. So what is up? We talked to her, I guess. Do you have anything else to say?
Yes.
Oh, God, you would... The damn case. Who the fuck are you? Sir?
Welcome to Revachol.
Racist lorry driver. Okay. I know, Rashawn. That's where we are. Why are you addressing my partner like that? Yeah. Welcome to Result announces the Rattleton man. The remark isn't addressed to you. It's addressed to... let's keep moving. There seems to be something going on up here. Fritz. Yeah, let's just talk. Let's just talk.
Welcome to Revachol.
Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture,
Okay.
while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
What's happening? You sound angry, Kim.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
He's right. You're undermining our best shot at real Stop ripping into this guy. He's just really proud of being limbo. What's going on?
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
God damn.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Fucking A, Cam. I've got your back. Give the lieutenant a punch on the... Well, I think we all learned something here. Yeah.
You two make a cute couple. You know that.
Oh, he
The
wanted...
lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Oh, that's settled. We have a couple of questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
Oh, he waits impatiently. What was that argument all about?
It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races.
What's with you in the spitting?
Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
Oh, so you're just a racist. Makes sense. To be honest, I can't really remember what that means. Please explain.
People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior.
Oh, it's one of these. Okay, great.
Naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that.
Yeah. Right, I've already made up my mind. I want to hear. Okay, what else have you thought of?
Lately, we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate downturn when members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority. They stop competing for resources.
Okay, and?
This concerns you, policeman, so you better be vigilant. The damn kips are showing up good lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other intruder species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory.
Cultural victory? What is this then?
Wait, what's this culture? Huh. Yeah, That's his culture
It's
of
what
history.
the kips of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. Heard any chansons lately? Heard any motetos or leader? No.
Okay.
Dominating culture is how they plan to win. They say so themselves.
Uh-huh.
It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races.
Oh my
Who knows
god,
what
I
might
hate that I
happen
got on
if
this
people
topic.
don't stay in their birthplace. You might end up with a new sub-race,
So-
with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring.
Yeah, I think I can get down with racism. Yeah, I'm not down with this. Why don't you go fuck yourself? Yeah.
Don't push your luck, runt.
Man gives you a disgusted look, then turns his attention elsewhere. Jesus Christ, dude. Why did I even get myself in there? Let's go. I'm sorry, Kim. Let's ask some questions.
Hello, sweetie.
Hello.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Does that mean you like me? No. I'm sweetie.
Why, you are, officer.
I'm no sweetie. Look at me.
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin.
Yo, look at this. He's like, really? Fucking dimple or not, I'm a bitter man. The years have taken their toll. That stupid dimple has only brought me suffering. I don't want to talk. Thanks, I appreciate it.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
Yeah, who are you, Lena? Even though
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
What? Okay. How'd you like to roll with me? What do you? Huh? I don't know if you noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing. You seem to be in a chair. This is all bad. How'd you like to roll with us?
Whatever do you mean?
I want you to be my wheelchaired partner in fighting, reading backyards of corpses, catching secrets, roll up some cigarettes. I'm joining you for a smoke. Yeah, why not?
Oh, no. I haven't smoked in years.
Does that mean you don't have tobacco, rolling paper, or any cigarettes at all? I don't smoke. It's great. Good for you. Smoking is stupid. Yeah.
She shakes her head. Wait, maybe she knows where you can get cigarettes. Delicious toasty cigarettes
I've done it
stuffed to
now.
the tip with love. You should find out. You would do well to follow her example. Smoking is the reason you feel like a rag. It's painful for you to even ask these questions.
I thought you were cool with your wheels. No. It's probably for the best. I don't really need a cigarette right this
I'm
moment.
glad to hear you say it. Smoking can do some real damage to your respiratory system. But I think you already knew that.
Yeah, my fucking lungs. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or
Yes,
anything.
officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
No, it's pretty bad. I drank so hard I forgot literally everything.
Oh my.
Oh my.
You know where we are, right?
The whirling of Rags cafeteria was on my key.
That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located?
In hell! We're all in hell! No, in Ravishol.
Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revachol.
Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Ravishol. What kind of place is this?
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I.
I don't know. There's a murder in the back of this hotel. Yeah.
I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
973. 51.
That's right, dear.
Yay!
How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Cop. We are living under the cop regime. Radios are being used to control people. No. We are governed by intelligent machines. No. Our leaders are fierce warriors who traverse the plains on steeds. I'd like to think it's the dictatorship of the... but something tells me it's not. Democracy, maybe?
Nope. Sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control, under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own, and what democracy we have is market-driven.
I see.
Meaning, buying is voting.
Oh, if there's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear. And you were doing so well.
Oh
there
no.
aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
Thank you, Lena.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
So, how did I do?
You were doing quite well up until the end there. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality in a word.
I messed
It's
up.
very odd.
I messed up one question, man.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
The
A
revolution.
defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago.
What does this have to do with there not being any
It
cops?
has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better. A defeat. Of
But I'm a
course,
cop.
sweetie. I really don't know how to explain it better.
Who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No,
No.
I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Thanks.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
Oh my god. Alright. Get a reality lowdown. You have no idea where you are. Lena encourage you to ask others. Explain the world to you in a greater detail. Perhaps try a rich person. Yeah, what was the thing I got in my... Well, you seem to be in the
Yes,
chair.
dear. I'm a paraplegic.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height, or a grenade explosion.
Why the fuck? A grenade! I'm sorry, it was rude of me to mention the wheelchair.
That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway.
I gotta get going
Of course,
now.
dear. Good luck with your case.
Thank you. Oh, she gave me, like, what, a pen? What the hell? The kind green ape pen. A pen with a green ape head on one end. The ape has closed its eyes, a kind of expression of adorning its face. It seems to be meditating. Can I put that, like, somewhere? I'll keep it for now. I could sell that one at some point. Alright, let's talk to Bozo.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices
So
you
he
approaching.
talk shit to him.
He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
What is gold and orange like a forest fire, but smells like liquor? Say nothing.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while
Right.
to arrive at the scene.
I don't know my name,
It
dog.
also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. it was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
I saw your big way.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
What?
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions.
Who, me? No, I'm good. Yeah, right.
His face expresses profound doubt in your having this.
Who killed him? Why did Sylvie go away? You know, I actually can't think of it. Yeah, why'd she go away?
She went away because none of your business.
Actually, it is.
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Am I not a cop? Everything is my business.
Okay, you
Yeah.
got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
Didn't go well.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching.
Stuff gets on my nerves. I am a feminist. I guess I like to be thorough. Everything has something to do with everything. I don't know. I just went for it. You're right. I probably shouldn't have. Everything has something to
Good
do
for
with
you.
everything.
Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
Who killed him?
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
Did you kill him?
What are you, crazy? Of course I
Bet.
didn't kill him.
Why you say that?
Let's go.
Yay! Experience.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
What's real?
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
Real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
Alright, so I owe you money.
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right.
Squidward,
money.
over here.
You owe this establishment 130 real.
Post to the red ledger. But what exactly is money? You're under arrest. What do I owe this place for?
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work.
Damn.
So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages.
So that's 100.
Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real.
Huh.
Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money.
And what exactly is money?
What are you, a philosopher?
Since I woke up, I have trouble remembering even the most. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell people that.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
Interesting. Where do I get it from?
Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
Why do I need it? Proceed and show him the coins and you found this money. Proceed, but don't show him the. Hey,
Yes, it is.
Count them and give them. That's 10 plus 10, 20 equals 40. I'm now down to 9.
No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real.
Jesus Christ. 100 times smaller?
Yes.
Okay.
The cafeteria manager stands silently, looking at the coppers on the counter before him. Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have.
Darkness rides.
It does, doesn't it?
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
What happens to
I'm
him?
sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
Isn't there somewhere else I could stay around? I don't have a home. I don't remember where my home is. Yeah.
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them. Ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started.
Yeah, we haven't even started. It's about to be 12 o'clock. Alright.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
I don't really remember.
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
I don't know.
You don't really know, do you?
I don't. Does this mean I'm homeless?
A
Blackened image.
vague, blackened image doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Could I trace the way back somehow to the exact street? I'll live in the dumpster. No.
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
Oh, look. What is this? A lonesome long way home. Let's rewind. Let's trace your... So let's rewind. Let's trace your drunken steps. Back home. Jump across the raised channel bridge southwest of here. Fall over. Get up. Get off the asphalt in 20 minutes. Shuffle your feet through the courtyard screen. There's a lot. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's go back upstairs. I want to ask to see if the... Who made the call, reported the crime, and pay for damages. Yeah. Once I find some money, I promise I'll pay you back, Squidward. Yeah, let's see if she's still taking a shower.
The door is closed. Still no answer. Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance.
Try the handle.
This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside.
Alright. What is this door? Nothing. Alright, let's check the apartment again. See if there's anything. Welcome to my abode. Kim tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door.
The window stands broken in its frame.
Yeah.
Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Did I break this with my own
A
hand?
fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
What did this then?
More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
Wait, what am I doing?
Something you've done before.
Is this the size of the impact?
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. The shoe you found on the balcony fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force.
Jesus, how heavy is that shoe?
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe.
Try it again. What a stupid thing.
Pretty much. But hey, at least you found your shoe. Not that it will keep you warm at night.
Interesting.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
Okay, no time to rest. Can I... So what?
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
Sorry for this.
No problem, officer.
Oh, I got a new skill. Yeah. What can I level up? Can I whoop this? You know what? I'll wait for a second. Let me save. a quick save and let's go talk to those kids again for a little bit before I decide to. Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange. Before I decide to call it for a session, because just there's so much talking, which I love if I played by myself, but like besides that, it's gonna be very long. This guy's
that
still out.
sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
Not now.
Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade? With a twist of lemon? Maybe lime. Maybe who cares? Just rum?
No, I can't. Yeah, let's wake this guy up, see if he has anything to say.
The worker is in a deep slumber.
Lieutenant,
No
who is
idea.
this?
Looks like he works for Wild Pines, the logistics company who owns and operates the harbor.
But why is he sleeping during the day?
Possibly because there's a strike going on in the harbor. There's not much to do aside from drinking and sleeping.
Alright, let's go to the yard again, see if we can. Actually, let's see if we can go around. Actually, hold on, there's a person. See, there's so much to do, I get distracted, I'm sorry.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
I am the law. Yeah, listen.
From another planet. Hey there.
What's going on
It's
here?
the jam, my man.
Oh, what's
It's a
the
traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck.
Oh, great.
Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days.
So, how long you been here?
Feels like
oh,
forever.
he was talking more.
Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak. Or he just likes unusual words. Or both.
This is extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it. I don't quite get it. Could you say it again? Only. I think you sound, man.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need?
Got any?
Nope,
smoke?
don't smoke. Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around, waiting for the jam to disperse. Or waiting for the sweet release of death.
I feel that.
Yup. Nothing wrong with that statement. Your senses have nothing to add. You'll have to ask around elsewhere.
Alright.
You could also check the kiosk down the street. Frit. With 3 T's. Revachol's weird.
Can I spare some change for working stuff?
Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work. The bosses, man.
I don't know who these bosses think they are, but that sounds like a good arrangement for him. See, bro got it. What else did I have to...
Makes sense. It sucks is what it does.
I mean... I'm good now. What are you hauling anyway? What are you hauling?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Look, I've always wanted a friend in the underworld.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business.
See, this is what I'm trying to get.
Mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing.
Okay.
They usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
That's your machine
This
behind you,
rockin'
though?
beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands.
Hey.
This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6?
Is that a phone A6 you got there?
Good eye, my man.
Yeah.
Yup, she's an old one. but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
Alright. Can I get one of those
We're
tracksuits?
pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
Okay. Nothing illegal in there.
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
Yeah.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically
And
against his arm.
anything about the dead man?
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that.
Okay.
All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Alright, busy with what?
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
And your conclusion?
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
Yeah. Tell me more about the strike.
It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands. No way in or out.
What's the union demanding?
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company?
Damn.
Forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess.
Yeah.
I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
How do you think the company wants?
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Anything else I should know?
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do.
All of who?
Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
Not you?
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better. When one's ended, you can get onto the next one. He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior.
Alright. No,
Don't be a stranger.
Yeah. I'll talk to you later. What's on the other side of the thing? Oh, look at this car.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery,
this is his
bearing
car.
the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage.
I ain't leaving yet. 3 T's. How idiotic. So where's the goddamn... So this must be let's go inside here. Red checks to be tried only once. Okay. Hello, ma'am. What's on the radio? Melancholy pop song plays on the radio. Yellow Roses. Ma'am?
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
What magazine you reading?
You mean this?
Posting a colorful photo of 2 girls.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Cool. Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Forget about all of that. What is this fashion police feature?
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
Who's the numero uno guy in there right now? Point to her hat. Bet your hat would take the prize. So who is the most stylish there? It can't be anyone from here. Yeah. And does he look like this? Lazy, I scan up and down your body. So.
No, I don't think so.
Unfortunately.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Where are we going? What is the Fritz?
I don't know. Frit?
And what is Fret?
A 7 to 11 grocery store. I think
Why
they
the three
think that
Ts?
the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
The story goes that normal Fritta, with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already taken. So when Fritta Retail Inc. grew into a multinational corporation, they had to add an extra letter to avoid trademark infringement.
It's like WWE, when WWF became WWE. Let's proceed. I have some questions.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but
Tell me anything about the dead body.
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so
You know the man who died?
not really.
You knew a little?
No. I didn't know him at all.
How long has it been there?
I don't know, really.
Jesus.
Long.
What do you think happened?
No need to
You're
worry.
killing me.
It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay.
Thanks for your help.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the day about the reality we're in.
Reality? You mean, what reality? Economic reality, or...?
She is like a student unexpectedly called upon by a teacher. Can she answer the classroom question?
Yes, tell me about that. Yeah.
I don't really know anything. I mean, I'm 15.
Oh, you're 15? I thought you were like 27 or something. Jesus, you age poorly. Teen is an excellent time to learn about the econ.
Yeah, that's why I'm working my arse off in Frit. So I guess, like, that's economic.
Yeah, what about the physical reality?
I don't know. What about it?
Won't bother with you with this nonsense
Oh.
anymore. Yeah. Leave. Jesus, alright. Can I imagine now?
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Why am I looking
Cop
at this?
habit. You look at everything. This isn't case related, you think.
Let's try it anyway.
The tire tracks were left here by
Ooh.
an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber.
Is it that car?
Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there and then accelerated straight into the fence. The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south, must have been in a hurry.
Is this connected to the case?
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate.
Okay.
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went.
If you
find the time.
Yeah, a car drove through the fence.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage friendly city.
Alright. So what do I need to look at the body then? Alright. Solve some of this stuff and then maybe get the body down.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
Come on, give it lucky.
Maybe more
Yeah.
than 12. No. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud.
Oh, wow, I got evidence going on.
1.
Yeah, go vote.
Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46.
Okay.
2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43. 4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46.
Wait, which is it?
You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41.
Male or female?
Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped.
I'm pretty good at this, aren't
You're
you
not
know?
bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way.
Alright.
7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. 8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
Okay, so 40. So the three interesting ones is 41. Hold on. So it's like 41, 46. There's a bit deeper imprint, and then 44 is like the right sole is like.
How many?
8. 400 million. 8.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
Some guys are going back and forth. Way off. Way.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
Light step number 41. Well, let's do a heavy one. 200.
200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
Yeah.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
If it was a giant, it could have been an extremely obese person. One of them was carrying him over.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
You're thinking, why did they have to carry him?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Maybe the victim refused to walk to his own lynching. Maybe the victim wasn't conscious. Or is our reading of the prints, it could be wrong. I mean, the victim was...
Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration.
Yeah.
What else can you see?
Light step.
A woman? Or a kid?
I don't think there's any way to be sure.
Understood. Anything else?
An abbreviation of one soul is smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the old soul.
You have any ideas, Lieutenant?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a... Oh, like they have a heavier foot? Like a drummer at the harbor. He thinks for a second. Or maybe a drummer. A drummer? That's stupid. So one of the people we're looking for is a drummer?
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out their right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
It's actually the exact thing. If I come up with the... not thoughtful.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
I'm not sure. We don't want to attract too much attention.
You're right. Let's keep a low profile.
Yeah. How old do you think these sharks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
A week.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Ravachol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Okay.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do you think happened here?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy.
I think we have a firm understanding of what happened here. Yeah,
the lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself.
It's not that simple.
Either way. What else?
You've been through all of it. Alright. Let's see, what do I need to survive this throw up?
He still is.
Endurance. You need 14 endurance? My god. Can I even pull that off? Yeah, fuck it. Alrighty, got it. Gotta do it now.
There he still is. Looking right.
No, I can't do it. I cannot do it. I'm gonna get the kid to do it. Real quick, let's see if we can talk to this damn kid.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
Figure out what's going on with the kid. Damn, I could have, was it empathy? I'm bad at empathy. So, I can't really.
Pig,
Yeah.
do you have any idea how fucking stupid that sounds? Kuno's cruising his bitch on the town, and the bitch comes back griefing to the Kuno. What is up with that?
Get the fuck out of here, fat ass. Those pants are too small for you.
The pants are totally okay. Don't listen to her. She's trying to give you body image problems.
The fuck about it?
Can I just climb up the damn... I'm so done with these...
Get lost.
I'm so done with the... What's going on?
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
I know you don't care. God damn it! Hey, what's up? Ooh, what is this? Oh, magnesium. Take some magnesium so I don't fucking kill some children or something. Oh, a secret.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
What's
It's
this?
nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack. Glad you asked. When junior researcher Olari Tal invented Eternite in the Vatna Polytechnic Institute some 30-odd years ago, he thought it would last forever. Hence the name, Eternite. Sadly, the only lasting thing turned out to be the material's highly carcinogenic effect.
Yeah, just all this shit you're talking. Yeah, I'm listening. So let's see if there's anything. Why am I looking at this, Bill?
Because it's nice and orderly.
Damn.
Well-laid palettes. Easy on the eyes.
Alright.
Rhythmic pattern calms your mind. Mammals like this stuff.
Yeah, put skill points into perception to open the white check. Alright. So wait, goddamn in. And now I ain't got nothing. Oh well. What's in here? Trash.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags." Well, it is a container. Maybe you're prioritizing it.
Yeah, how do I open
We could
it?
try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
Yeah.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea.
Alright. Let's go there then.
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full-flavor cigarettes. Clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals.
Oh.
Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it.
The idea of this century is
The
pretty
sentiment is called anti-centennial nostalgia,
Alright.
pining for a time before the turn of the century. It's common even now, after 50 years.
Interesting. Alright. Sir, we need to look in your trash.
Can I help you?
Is the couch tin out in the back yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
True.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
Oh, it doesn't. Nothing. I wonder what this feeling
Prod
is.
at him and find out.
Doesn't it seem callous to you regarding even your leftovers from the poor?
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov?
I don't know who that is.
Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The Whirling in Rags is not special in that regard.
Krasmazov, nom de guerre,
Okay,
was
thank
an
you.
economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
I'm no Krasmazov.
No one was implying you were, officer.
I mean,
Where were we?
We need those keys.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
I've seen something here at the Whirling Garte. I think I need to talk about it.
What thing?
Saw a sign that said the mess hall is reserved for the Union.
Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
And go fuck yourself.
We should find out who this loud faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
Alright, how do we
We
find
don't. We have to wait. They'll
Okay.
show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
There are these things called days. You sleep between them. He's saying they'll come after you've slept. Just making clear you got that.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Okay. Cool. Alright, let's open this trash!
This trash container,
Yeah,
with
open
a
it.
well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Why? What's this?
Just a feeling. A warning from some part of you.
Okay.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Blech!
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
There's the box. There's a carton. Pick up the rag. Search the food waste. Yeah, pick up the rag.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Great.
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
A rank corpse smell?
The victim's clothes?
Yeah. Okay.
Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer.
Okay.
Guitar marked blue jeans.
Cool.
Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
Looks into
the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there?
Something slimy catches your eye.
Reach for it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt,
There you
olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Ew.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
Thrown out towel, mug, that's all.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
Yeah, we need to ask the kids who put them there.
Fuck's he on about? Kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
See?
You think someone from the whirling might have been involved, maybe?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
I don't know, that's a pretty big story.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
Look under the box.
You
of
see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below.
Jesus.
And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Search the food waste.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, what's this?
What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Pick it up.
Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Hey.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
I don't know what this is.
It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there.
Yeah, look, it's...
If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
Must have been crap about style. It has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin. I didn't want to be a cop anymore, so I threw it away. Someone from the whirling threw it in the trash? I don't know. I'm boring. I'd rather not talk about it right now. I don't know.
Boring. Try dangerous. You should do a thorough inventory of that. Be sure some has not fallen into the hands of the RCM's enemies, organized crime, or worse. Official notes sometimes contain informants' names, even undercover operatives.
Okay, I'll do that.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable.
Ooh.
Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
I can find out who I am. That's inventory. Oh, let's get the mug.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
Antique?
Only in its social sensibility.
Take the mug.
Mm-hmm.
That returns us.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
What the fuck was that noise?
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Yeah. Let's check the inventory. Interact. Ooh, a mug. Let's interact
It's
with it.
just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much.
Actually, look at all the
Oh
content.
boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
This mug is an example of prejudice. I'm going to use it as an example of what not to do. I'm going to push this into the face of every merchant I find and tell them, this is your inane ideology. The mug will be useful by announcing it. I can earn political capital to mask my badass hustling, i.e. fraud and embezzlement. This mug didn't belong in the... not to do.
But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? Or do some volunteering work? Just...
Yeah, finish the case. Now, the ledger.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Urinal?
There's a piece of toilet paper.
Anything else?
Or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard.
Did he piss all over this?
It's a metaphor for you.
Great. Where's the white paper first?
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs.
Can I, find my name?
Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
Maybe this is why they put voice acting. There's so much to read. What is in there? What are they talking about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases, undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Damn, is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant? There was mention of a naming convention. Count the pages. I have to open an official case. Is there a room?
Huh? Two complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
2 cases a week appear to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure how I completed them, though.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes. I burned out all right. A nice brisk pace, the way I like it.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
I like you, Cam.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
There was a mention of a naming convention
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Oh my, and they're written in capital letters too.
All caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
More?
Others appear more light-hearted. The Guys on a Couch in an Unexpected Location, and The Murder at the Hookah Parlor. Even the rare article-free Collapsing Tenement. Murder features prominently throughout.
Okay.
It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Yeah, it seems like Kim, I have a lot of cases, man.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No, I mean a non-numeric one with titles.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Why is that?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I seem to have named the case the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself.
Jesus.
I pray his loved ones never find out.
Happened.
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
Alright. Let's have this one
There
open.
is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete.
Commit to the paper using the pen Lena gave you. Yeah.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body.
Okay.
Interview the cafeteria manager.
Mm-hmm.
It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
Cross out the ones you've already used?
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
I mean, the hangman sounds. The Furies are at home in the mirror. The setting sun. Shit on a stick. Actually, I don't have. I mean, the hangman's. Hangman's
Great. That's great.
it.
That's actually what I was thinking too.
Oh wow.
The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
Thanks.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Yeah.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Alright. Let's see if we could solve it. Kim explain the
It's
situation.
proving to be harder than expected.
Alright.
You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together.
Great.
Try again later.
Sure, why not? Inspect this clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Run your finger across
The
the
surface is
aluminum.
interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. It is similar to the RCM watermark on your blazer the lieutenant mentioned. Didn't he say something about the headlights of his motor carriage? That you can read these there?
Lieutenant, is this the one of the hologram watermarks you mentioned?
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to RCM property. It depends.
Interesting.
Aside from
kind
an
of information?
anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved.
How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
You mentioned the headlights of your current Kineem?
Yes, RCM vehicles have headlights tuned especially to reveal halogen watermarks.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
No. Oh, it's snowing now.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
Yeah.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copier paper, some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
Type of forms are?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
Let's do field autopsy.
A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields, but they appear pleasantly vague. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM.
Check the ledger.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it.
Peek inside.
The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but
Lapis
it is
lazuli.
not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
How do I open it?
With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board.
Sure, why not? Nice.
The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. If you bend the plastic on your knee, slowly, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just,
So I open the drawer.
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open.
What's inside?
2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Pick up. Fucking. What? Pick up the top.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue.
Open it.
Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand.
Is it a lover?
A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile. You think, although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please.
Keep reading.
Your hand shakes holding the card.
Oh.
Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager
Make
Road.
it darker.
Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you.
Keep reading.
You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it.
Uh-oh.
Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear.
Uh-oh.
You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on.
Hold on.
To what? There's nothing.
Detective, is everything all right?
Fold sideways. I just fucking passed out. What the fuck? So... Did he die? That it? Did he die? Hey, yo?
There is nothing.
I fucking died. That's fucking fantastic. All right. I'm gonna end it right there, cause is it gonna be the same thing? Hold on, let's check.
Again.
There's nothing. Again, nothing.
Nothing sad, brother. No treachery, just blackout.
Oh, just lie there, passed out.
Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you. That's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia.
Who's that?
That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
Who was that?
Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water.
Yeah, that's...
Slimy.
Okay. Yeah, that's the stuff.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
Was that the X something that...
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
Yes, that.
Don't prod at it. It will start moving again.
Where's Voyager Road?
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
Enough, just lie there, most.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
What is that? It's cold.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you. And it's...
Piss.
It's delicious.
Huh?
Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
Where am I?
In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket. The air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
Extending a small canister.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself, as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone?
No.
You need a secondary form of hydration.
Alright.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
It's fucking cold. This man's like, I'm in the car. He's just like, yeah, I hope you're doing fine. I don't want to sit in the same car with you, though.
What happened?
It's actually the same.
You were reading your paperwork. Then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to a hospital. Then you came to.
How long was I out?
10 minutes, maybe.
Oh, great. I came in contact with the burnt out ruins of the past, Lieutenant. Stay hydrated. Alright, fuck it. Start climbing out of the motor car.
Good.
Good, he ends.
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed?
Let's solve this case.
Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
Okay. Tools. Inland Empire Empathy. Yeah, not Authority, though. Let's go right hand. I just walk around with that shit? Okay. Read the watermarks. First, go to the command. Turn on the lights. Turn on the lights.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Cam, how do I turn on the headlights?
Alright. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Kinema comes to life with a whiny growl.
Jesus Christ, dude.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just...
Alright, oh, well, sorry. Just need to stand. Alright. So,
as you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
What is a perforation?
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
What's a rose?
The first row has 18 dots.
Not bad.
Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means yet.
Yeah, that is true. What about
the
the next
one? Is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Count them individually.
There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200.
What about the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
3, that's it?
That's it.
Hey Cam, what do these holes mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take
He's gonna be like, ooh.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service.
18
years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
I walked the land telling whores and liars of the end to come. There are no... Probably some boring office jobs, same as everyone else. But like, I just went around apologizing. Do you really think I have an idea?
Fair point. Let's move on, shall we?
Alright.
This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see...
That's a lot.
Wow, more than 200.
I would have thought there'd be more. Is that a lot?
It's quite a lot. Even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
So you're saying I used to be a super cop? I used to be good? That's some solace, I guess. What's the last number? I don't think I can ever re-become this person. It's the last number.
Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
That's not too many.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way.
Okay.
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game.
Yeah.
If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
Have you ever killed anyone, Kim? How do you handle the strain? Yeah.
Yes.
Says declining to elaborate. How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
Yeah.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Like what?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
Maybe I should find a hobby.
Anything's better than annihilating yourself with drugs and alcohol.
Well, you say that.
The lieutenant nods.
The simmering street grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Where are we on this?
Let me see.
Okay.
Right here.
Yeah, it says his finger near the top of the map on the thing. Seems nice. Seems like a shithole. I'm sure I've seen worse.
Oh, yes. Coal City. Le Royaume. The burnt-out quarter.
Alright, let's get going.
I'll go turn off the lights.
Nice.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page.
Nice!
To the right of the task description.
Right at the top. Okay. Oh, this is so super cop. I'm a sorry cop, boring cop, communist, fascist, ultra liberal, moralist, good cop, bad cop. Says bad cop 5. People killed 3. Cases solved 216 in the 18 years on the buzz. All right. What is this? Which one is this one? White morning. Little guy gets further and further away. You see yourself from above, you're passed out on the blue. Internalize. Oh, is this just a factual memory returns? Oh, this like takes that amount of time. Alright. Alright. Let's try to talk to the kid. You know what, matter of fact, let me just look at the body because I feel like that's like something I should do.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here?
Yeah, no, fine. Leave the mug alone. Alright, look at the body.
There he still is, looking right through. As you breathe
I passed!
the odor comes over you.
That's crazy.
It's the smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
Do they always do
They
that?
do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
Okay.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Alright, I think that's where we're gonna end it off here. I was gonna go until we got the body down, but I think we did enough in between the times we investigated the trash can, talked to some more people, and passed out and gotten here now. So yeah, I'll probably end it off here. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you like what you saw, please leave a like. That would be greatly appreciated. Leave a comment if you want to see any more like other content or any suggestions or anything like that, you know, all that good stuff. Share this around with people because I'm sure people would love to watch a like I don't know how I'm gonna edit this, but maybe like an hour and a half video, hour and a half if I'm hour if I'm lucky. Go follow me on Twitter. The link for that and my Twitch will be down in the description down below. And subscribe to see more of my content. And for the final time, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. It's 11:30 on the fucking time, and I've done jack shit for this crime scene.